Hey guys, it's Holly. If you're new, welcome to my channel. And if you're not new, then welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a foundation test or review on the new Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Foundation and their concealer. Also, my background is different. I was going to turn the lights on my vanity mirror, but they're just super bright and kind of like washes everything out, so I'm just gonna kind of stick to this and see if it works. So yeah, I'm really excited to try this. It's got good claims and I'm super excited. So if you're interested in seeing how this wears, then just keep watching. Okay, so the claims on the packaging say that it's a radiance foundation with hyaluronic acid and it's a medium to full coverage. So regardless of what skin type you have, hyaluronic acid is so important because it just locks in moisture for your skin, even if you have oily skin, which I've got more oily to combo. So I'm excited. I've worn this once, but I didn't really I just slapped it on to go out the door. So I didn't really test it, just kind of slapped it on. So it's supposed to, like I said, be medium to full coverage. I don't have the site pulled up. The concealer has the same claims, radiance concealer with hyaluronic acid and acai. I didn't know that. I didn't even read that last time. Acai, kind of like the acai bowls or whatever. So I'm really excited to try these. So I've already primed my face with the Wander Beauty Glow Oil, and I think, so I look pale in my face, but my body is tan. So I ordered this in the shade F8, and the concealer is in C6. So I don't know. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. So I'm gonna do one side of my face with a sponge, and I'm gonna do the other side with a brush. So let's get into it. Also, it comes with a pump this time. I know the last foundation they released was a matte formula and it didn't come with a pump, but this one does, and I live for it. So I'm just gonna pump some onto my finger and apply it to my face. Okay, it's not too much of a difference. So I'm gonna do this side with a sponge, and this was one pump. This is my Shop Miss A sponge. Oh, hello Dewy. But this sponge, honest to goodness, has been better than my Real Techniques. I've never tried a beauty blender, so I can't say that it's better than Beauty Blender, but it's a really good sponge. Okay, so we've got some dew going on. I already put my eyebrows on, so I didn't have to do those on camera. Okay, that's a really good shade match. Kind of proud of myself. Blend up on the forehead. So you can see the coverage, obviously, is... I've got a little pimple, so I'd say it's a high medium. I think it can be built up to full though, because it did say that it's medium to full. I feel like I may need a little more on my forehead, but maybe not. Okay, I'm gonna grab a brush and I'll be right back. So I just grabbed my Morphe M4 39 brush, my favorite foundation brush, and I'm gonna take a pump, maybe a little less than a pump, just to see how much coverage we can get. And even though I've got more oily skin since it's summer, I don't know, I like dewier foundations. Okay, so looking at my face, I don't know which side gave me more coverage. Maybe the sponge. I don't I am going to go back over it with a sponge because I think that just smooths everything out, makes it look perfect and seamless. But I really like the glow that it's giving me. It's giving me that like skin-like glow, and the coverage is nice. Like I said, I'm going to use the sponge here in a second to see if we can build it to completely full coverage, and then we'll get on with the concealer. But for right now, I'm liking it. It's tacky, but that's to be expected because it's a dewy foundation. I probably will have to set it with powder because I don't want my bronzer, blush, and stuff to skip. So I'm gonna do it with a sponge all over, and then we'll get to applying the rest of the products. Okay, so I went over it with a sponge and added a little more foundation, and for right now this is what we're looking like. We're looking pretty dewy, and I kind of love it. Like I said, it is still tacky, so let's move on to the concealer, which I have in the shade C6. So it might be a little light, but I like a good brightening effect, and it's got the doe foot applicator. I know a lot of people didn't like the foundation having a doe foot applicator because of the germs, and I agree in a sense, but it wasn't that big of a deal to me. But let's see how. Okay, it is light, so I'm not gonna do like the triangles because I feel like that's a lot of concealer. And I'm gonna highlight my nose and go up here and highlight. And I look crazy. So I'm obviously gonna blend this out with a sponge. I never blend my concealer out with a brush, but if that's your preference, then you do you, girl. So some people like to let their concealer sit to get more coverage. I'm afraid it's gonna be hard to blend out if I don't just keep going, so blending out. No, I have to make that ugly face like when I'm blending my concealer or putting on mascara. It's just a must-have, like you have to do it. Okay, blend it out on the chin. My whole body like shakes when I'm blending out my foundation or concealer. I cannot help it, y'all. So as you can see, it is a brightening color, and I only went down, well, I went down 2 shades, so from my foundation shade. I think this foundation would be super great, especially in the winter when the months like get cold and your skin gets drier. Okay, see how it like brightened it and kind of evened out my complexion a little better? I don't know. I still have my bags a little bit, so if I wanted to fix that, I would just go in with a little bit more concealer and no problemo. Just pop some right there, maybe let it sit for a second and then blend it out. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let this sit for a second and I'm gonna blend it out. Okay, so I added a little more, blended it out, and they're not really that bad. Got deep set right there, but it's not bad. It looks good. So, to me at least, I don't know. So I'm gonna take this Becca powder, and it is the Hydra Mist Set and Refresh. And I haven't really tried this out too much either, so it's kind of like a first impressions on how it's gonna, I mean, I've felt it, like it's cool powder, like literally it's cool. So I'm just gonna, I don't bake usually, so I'm just setting the under eye with that. But yeah, oh wow, I just got powder everywhere. Oh wow, that was a lot. But like I was saying, it feels like water on your skin. It's so weird, it's like trippy, it's crazy. So I'm just kind of dabbing that all over the face to try to set the tackiness that got in my nose. Wow. I don't recommend you doing that. Don't snort it. It was very painful. So I'm just kind of setting lightly. I don't want to go with a powder brush because I'm looking at my dogs playing on the bed. They're too cute. Okay, so let's, oh, Holly. Anyway, yeah, we're just gonna keep, I don't want it to be tacky. Like, I don't want it to skip. But as you can see, like, there's still dew to the skin. It's not matte. So we set it with powder. And it's still got the dewy effect. It's not as dewy, obviously, because I just set it with powder. So I'm going to apply bronzer, blush, and highlight, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back with bronzer, blush, and highlighter, and I think everything looks pretty good. I have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, Note Cosmetics blush, and Omrizi and Anastasia Beverly Hills is for my highlighter. So I think everything applied really well. Sorry if you can hear my puppy. Everything applied really well in my opinion. I think when I applied the powder, it didn't feel like overly matte. And I like that it has hyaluronic acid in it because it is going to leave your skin plump and like it's supposed to be and just attract the moisture. So even if you do have oily skin, you could just set it with a powder and it's not going to leave you feeling too dry. Like, I don't feel dry right now. I feel pretty good. I do feel incomplete because I don't have lashes or a lip on. So I'm gonna come back to you guys with lashes and lipstick, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so I just put on some mascara and lipstick with gloss, and that's all I really wanted to do because I felt like focusing on the foundation and the face more. Overall, you guys, I really like it. I have not obviously worn it for a long period of time, but I do think it looks really good on the skin. It's not settling in my smile lines or my forehead lines, which is a good sign. I have a lot of trouble with dewy foundations doing that with my skin, so the fact that it didn't settle yet, I'm not saying it's not going to, I'll update you guys in the description, but so far, so good. I'm liking it. I think it's really good, especially if you've got dry skin. This is gonna plump and make your skin look really good. It's full coverage. You can build it to full coverage. I'd say it's medium full, but I think it's good. I like it a lot more than their matte one, and like I said, I have oily to combo skin, so I, even with oilier skin, would go with the hydrating one. So those are my thoughts on the foundation. Let me know if you guys plan on getting it. They do have a really nice shade range. They have 50 shades, and I'm not sure how many shades they have in the concealer, but I think 50 is great for a drugstore brand. This foundation is $12. Just let me know if you guys are gonna pick it up, if you're not, if you've tried it, or if you tried the older one, what you think of the brand, or just the foundations, or their concealers. So I just wanna hear from you guys in the comments. If you haven't, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.